Hey, everyone. Hi there. Today, I'm going to be talking about 7 things resilient people don't do. I think this is a really important topic because resilience is something that we all need to cultivate more of in our lives. And so, if we can identify things that resilient people don't do, it can help us to not do those things and thus become more resilient ourselves. So, let's dive into the list. Number 1. Resilient people don't hold on to negativity. They don't hold on to negative thoughts or feelings for themselves or others. Now, this is a big one because when we hold on to negativity, whether it's resentment, grudges, guilt, shame, anxiety, depression, those kinds of emotions eat away at us. They affect our health. They cause us stress and they cause us pain. You know how when you're holding on to a grudge against somebody and you're ruminating over what they did, replaying the scenario in your mind over and over again, it can actually physically hurt you, like your jaw can get tense, your shoulders can get tight. Holding on to these negative thoughts and feelings is not good for us. It keeps us stuck in the past and it prevents us from moving forward. And so, rather than holding on to this stuff, resilient people let it go. They forgive. They move on. They focus on the present moment. They try to make the most of the situation they're in. They don't dwell on the past. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't acknowledge what happened. They do. They take responsibility for their part in it. But they also recognize that everyone makes mistakes, and they try to understand and forgive the other person. And they don't hold it against them. And this is an important thing to remember because everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has good intentions, but sometimes their actions don't align with those good intentions. So instead of holding on to the negative, resilient people let it go. The second thing that resilient people don't do is give up on their goals and dreams. Now, this is a big one because when we give up on our goals and dreams, we're giving up on ourselves. We're giving up on our potential. We're giving up on our happiness. Resilient people don't do this. They keep trying. They keep going, even when things get tough. Why? Because they know that success is on the other side of difficulty. They know that if they give up now, they'll regret it later. So they stick with it. They stay focused. They keep working towards their goals and dreams, even when things are hard. And I think this is a really important lesson for all of us to learn because life is hard. There's going to be times when you feel like giving up, when you feel like it's not worth it. But it is. You just have to keep going. You have to keep trying. Don't give up on yourself. Number 3. Resilient people don't blame others for their problems. They don't play the blame game. They don't make excuses. They take responsibility for their actions. Now, this is a really important thing to remember because when we blame others, we're giving away our power. We're giving away our ability to control the situation. Resilient people don't do this. They take responsibility for their actions. They own their mistakes. They learn from them and they move on. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't empathize with others. They do. They understand that everyone makes mistakes, but they also know that they can't control other people's actions, so they focus on what they can control, which is their own actions. And this is an important lesson for all of us to learn. When something bad happens, our natural instinct is to blame someone else. But when we do this, we're giving away our power. We're giving away our ability to fix the situation. So instead, we need to take responsibility for our actions. We need to own our mistakes, and then we need to move on. Number 4, resilient people don't give up on themselves. They don't give up in the face of adversity. They don't give up when things get tough. They stick with it. They keep going. Why? Because they know that giving up is not an option. They know that they're stronger than their problems. And I think this is a really important lesson for all of us to learn. Life is going to throw us curveballs. There's going to be times when we feel like we can't go on, when we feel like we want to give up. But we can't. We have to keep going. We have to keep trying. Don't ever give up on yourself. Number 5. Resilient people don't live in the past or the future. They live in the present moment. They focus on what they can control, which is their actions in the present moment. Now, this is a really important thing to remember, because when we focus on the past or the future, we're giving away our power. We're giving away our ability to control the situation. Resilient people don't do this. They focus on the present moment. They take action in the present moment because that's the only moment where they have control. And this is an important lesson for all of us to learn. When something bad happens in the past, we can't change it. All we can do is learn from it and then move on. Same thing with the future. We can't predict it. All we can do is plan for it and then be flexible when things change. The only moment we have control over is the present moment. So that's where we need to focus our attention. That's where we need to take action. No, 6. Resilient people don't fear change. They embrace it. They welcome it. Why? Because they know that change is inevitable. They know that change is the only constant in life. And they know that change can be a good thing. Change can lead to growth. It can lead to new opportunities. It can lead to personal development. Now, I know that this is easier said than done. Change can be scary. It's uncomfortable. It's challenging. But resilient people don't fear change. They embrace it. They welcome it. And I think this is a really important lesson for all of us to learn. Change is a part of life. We can't avoid it. So instead of fearing change, we need to embrace it. We need to welcome it. Need to be open to it because change can be a good thing. It can lead to growth. It can lead to new opportunities. It can lead to personal development. And number 7, resilient people don't compare themselves to others. They don't measure their success or their happiness based on what others have or what others are doing. They focus on their own path. They focus on their own goals and dreams. And I think this is a really important lesson for all of us to learn. When we compare ourselves to others, we're setting ourselves up for unhappiness. We're setting ourselves up for dissatisfaction. We're setting ourselves up for jealousy and resentment. Instead, we need to focus on our own path. We need to focus on our own goals and dreams. We need to strive to be the best version of ourselves, not someone else's version of ourselves. So these are 7 things that resilient people don't do. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you some insight into the kind of behaviors that resilient people don't engage in. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you back for more videos. Thanks for watching.